after you're saved can separate you from his love and can cause you to lose your salvation? I've got a few questions for you. One is, how many sins do you have to commit to kind of get booted out of the family? And is it one sin? I don't think many of us would believe it's one sin, because if it was one sin, then we're all out, and we're all pretty uncomfortable with that. So it's got to be more than one, we think. But how many? Is that a good number? 5,000? I mean, if you're somewhere between 0 and 5,000, you're safe. You don't have to worry about losing your salvation. But 5,001, 5,002, look out. Who gets to come up with the 5,000 number? And on what criteria do we decide the 5,000 number? Some of you are saying, Pete, this is silly. I realize it is. No one really thinks this way. But you have to force yourself to ask the ramifications of the theology that you hold. If you hold that by sinning you can lose your salvation, the question first is how many? And if you say, well, it's not a quantitative thing, it's a qualitative thing. It's the kind of sin that can cause you to lose your salvation. My next question is, okay, well then what kinds of sins cause you to lose your salvation? Because we've got the bad ones, and then there's the medium ones, and then there's the sins that, we all do, that aren't that big a deal, they're not that important to God, right? This is what we think. And somewhere there's a line, and if you do the stuff on this side of the line, you're out, but if you're okay on this side, you're fine. I mean, think this through a little bit. So what are the sins you're not allowed to do? In Cameron's Spanish class, murder was thrown out there because, that's bad. Really bad. To take someone else's life. Some of us might say, you know what, if you do that, then you've probably lost your salvation. Really? How about rape? That's bad too. Really bad. How about child abuse? Because we've read this passage somewhere in the Gospels where Jesus talks about, when you injure a small child, they will throw a millstone around your neck and throw you into the oceans. If you abuse a child, you surely lose your salvation. What is sin? And the question is, who gets to decide that? And why do they get to decide it? And please don't ask me to. I wouldn't know where to start.